Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. Alright, so I see a rumor. Essentially the rumor is not really to be taken seriously, but the framework could be what otherwise would be in place for a KD trade to the LA Lakers. And they're talking about Taurean Prince, sign and trade Rui. Well, not sign and trade, but sign and trade with D'Angelo Russell and Max Christie. Rui's already on contract. He would be going out. Taurean Prince, although that would in theory not really make any sense because he's a free agent, but I guess that would be a sign and trade as well. And then you go with the 29 first pick and 30s first pick. And so that's what I'm hearing. If they were to do something like that, that would be one variation of framework. Although, you know, when a trade like that is done, it's probably like 7 and 8 teams involved in it. So if anything, I just came here to say I don't want to give up those picks. Those players, yeah, I give up those players. Those picks, nah, I'm not giving up those picks. Mortgaging more in my future to bring in another 35-year-old? Nah, not at all, man. We saw how it was with KD's teams the last several years in the playoffs. He usually wants to find himself on a super team that's just not quite good enough to win anything. And this would be no different in my opinion. No different. Yeah, I like the idea of the length in theory. You got AD and KD down there. That's definitely fantastic length. Obviously, you're going to connect on more shots, but we have so many holes defensively. We're relying so much on those guys to stay healthy, which is a terrible bet. If you give away Rui Hachimura, you know, obviously Max Christie and D'Angelo Russell will be gone anyway. So that's not really a loss if they do sign elsewhere in free agency. You might as well try to get something for him. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But as far as me giving up picks to bring in Kevin Durant, I'm not on board with that at all. I think the Los Angeles Lakers would be wise to stop doing that. We've already mortgaged enough of our future, and if we continue to do so, we're going to look like the Phoenix Suns. And we do not want to look like the Phoenix Suns. That's why Phoenix is trading KD, not because they don't like him no more. It's because they don't have any picks between now and 2030. And that's a bet they made. It's a bet that we should otherwise force them to lay in. I'm not helping them out of that. You know what I mean? Not so I can bring in old KD. No. Now, if KD was 31, 30 years old or under that, yeah, I'm pretty certain that deal is worth doing, because then you can see a path where you retrade him for those picks that you're ultimately giving up or more. But he's not going to gain value in our uniform. You're doing this strictly so that you can say you have Kevin Durant in your uniform, to sell jerseys and sell tickets. The Lakers are going to sell jerseys and tickets with LeBron James alone. I don't need to bring in something that's not good enough to win so that I can sell jerseys and tickets. That's or to keep LeBron James happy. If that's what it takes to keep him happy, that's too much. As I said, I got limitations for what it is I'm willing to do in regards to that. So no, I'd rather keep depth, flexibility. If anything, I'm trying to add picks to my situation, so I'm preparing for the 40-year-old to retire. Because if I prepare for him to retire, then I'm not going to be blindsided by him doing so. But if I'm sitting here acting like he's in his early 30s and that this is just going to be a foregone conclusion, we're going to the finals, then I ain't really been paying attention to what the evidence has been showing me. So that's out, man. I'm not doing that. Not if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm not doing that. Now, if we can get Kevin Durant without giving up any picks, fine. There's no combination of players that I'm not willing to move on from in that situation. But if I'm giving away any of my future, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Now, if I can bring myself a young player that, again, I can retrade for picks, maybe I'll do that, depending on who that player is. But otherwise, I wouldn't be trying to give away future assets, young talent that's going to be coming into the league just so that I can have Kevin Durant for a couple of years, probably make it to the second round, maybe have him injured for half the damn season. Nah, man. Just got to see that coming and not do it. Just got to see that coming. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. It's the May Day parade out here in Hollywood, so they've shut down all of Hollywood Boulevard, which means Sunset is packed and all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to walk over here, get myself a salad, and do some more thinking in regards to what we just talked about. Because to be honest with you, I don't mind bringing in KD so long as it doesn't cost me any of my future. You can have Rui, you can have D'Lo, you can have Max, you can have you can have Austin even if I'm bringing in if I'm bringing in Kevin Durant. You can have these players. But what I'm not going to do is confuse that for being sufficient enough for when they retire being in a good spot. I need picks for that. So that's really what I gotta say. KD's worth most of that price, but not for us, not with what we got going on. Not for me. Nah, the players are one thing. The picks are entirely different, man. And so that's really what I gotta say, man. I prefer not to give up any of that stuff, to be honest with you. Rui and Austin, I'd much rather keep because they're on fantastic contracts, and I think that I could potentially get a first rounder for each of them if they play better soon. But otherwise, I'd hold on to them just for the depth. So I don't want to rely on LeBron James that dang much, to be honest with you. So if I have his backups in place and several players his height and size, I don't have to put him on the best players those sizes and heights, and it makes me feel more confident that he can stay healthy. I think that's why we have him healthy, because we weren't relying upon him so damn much. So, yeah, man, I think that's a smarter way to go, man. Just be smart, LA. That's all I'm asking. Don't do anything stupid for the sake of greed or anything stupid for the sake of trying to keep a guy happy who's not thinking about your best interest at heart. If he wants to be here, great, but it should not be us swallowing poison pills to keep him. I don't think so. Video 44. Thank y'all for watching.